It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from S43 Brewery, and it's a can of their Greenstone New Zealand IPA, coming in at 6.8% ABV. There's a look at the label. 440ml can, vegan friendly beer for the love of beer. We'll give a little read out of their mission statement and what they're all about in a bit, but I just want to get the beer out into a glass, see what we get. I want to say a massive thank you as well to Stephen Claxton, Top of the Hops Beer.co.uk, Bottle Shop, Top of the Hops Beer, the Top of the Hops Beer.co.uk. Check them out. This is where you can find their beer. Right. Oh my goodness me. Look at that. Look at the haze. The haze, you can just tell. I mean, I wouldn't, when they put New Zealand IPA, I might have been expecting like maybe something like more kind of golden, if you like. Maybe not so hazy. But then again, why was that stuck in my mind to begin with? Why was I thinking that it was going to be like a traditional American IPA? I just got that set in my mind for some reason. It's poured out. Well, it's poured out how we like it these days. Hazy, light, straw coloured, looking beautiful. Nice little bit of carbonation. Nice little bit of head on the glass. Good bit of lacing. Let's get the aroma. Oh, it smells amazing. These S43 Brewery beers have really knocked. They've been fantastic. They've knocked it out of the park for me. You're not yourself when you're thirsty. The kind of the Snickers peanut butter imperial stout was tremendous, and the Juice Cannon New England IPA was just unbelievable. They seem to be a brewery that's come from nowhere. And yeah, this looks amazing. Let's dive in. Cheers. I'm reviewing this on the night of the space launch, the SpaceX launch, and I'm looking out into the conservatory. And I got my daughter and my wife like staring at the TV going, "Whoa, wow, wow, ooh, 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 there's a rocket going in the sky." This is amazing, really good. Extremely juicy. Very New Zealand, like in it's probably the Nelson Sauvin hop that they've used in this beer. It's got a sort of a kind of a slight grapey, citrusy touch of an earthiness and a touch of spiciness about it, but loads of flavour. There's some grapefruit coming through, a little bit of orange peel. Wonderful, wonderful hop. We'll get to that in a moment. I've not looked at the back of the can. I've just grabbed hold of it from the fridge, started reviewing it. We'll get into all of that in a moment, the ingredients and whatnot, but yeah. Doesn't that look good? It's also, as well, have a look at the bottom of the glass here. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Can you see that? It's can conditioned, so there's a little bit of sediment. Oh, there's a better look at it. Look at that sediment there in the bottom of the beer. So a can conditioned beer. So a little bit of yeast has made its way into the can. That then causes a small, very small second fermentation, and it's a chance for the beer to eat up the rest of the yeast to eat up the rest of the residual sugars that might be in the beer, and then it creates a little bit more carbonation. Very clever way of carbonating a beer. But really tasty. It's that sweetness from the malt to begin with, a little bit of kind of cracker bread flavours coming through, and then loads of flavour in the middle, and then a very small touch of bitterness on the back end. Let's now read this label. So I guessed Nelson Sauvin, because that's a relatively very popular New Zealand hop. Right, I was wrong. It is Motueka, Waiti, Kohatu and Equinox. The malts are Maris Otter, oats and caramel malt. The yeast is London Ale 3. And yeah, so I suppose the reason why it's looking so hazy, another thing we need to mention, is that they put oats in the beer. When you add oats to the beer, it's a little bit like when you put oats in a pan and stir them around, and you get that kind of liquidy, milky stuff that gets stuck to the side of the pan. That's from the oats. And that's what makes its way into the beer and gives it that kind of creamy depth, that lovely creamy mouthfeel. Right, S43 Brewery. We think beer is the most diverse drink out there for any occasion, and that's why we love it. Our mission is to make brews we are proud of and are excited to try. We pour our love for them into every single can we make. Our thirst for exploring all diverse forms of craft beer and making each batch more exciting than the next has never been stronger. They're from Durham in the UK. Strongly suggest checking out S43 Brewery and this beer, their New Zealand IPA. It's terrific. Let's rate it. Great lacing, great look to the beer, loads and loads of flavour, extremely tasty beer. Very in vogue beer. Lots of people drinking these hazy kind of New England, New Zealand hoppy hazy beers at the moment. Very popular. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!